Alright, hello everyone. Welcome to round one of the Legacy League with Storm, everyone's favorite deck, I hope. I had a couple of difficulties with the recording, so that is why we have this beautiful post-production here, where I do the voiceover over my first two rounds. Um, I could have just recorded a new league, but the games were pretty cool, so I thought I'd just do this narrating over it. Right, so let's see what we're up against. So I did actually play these games yesterday, so it's almost like I don't remember, which is great. So I'm gonna say a lot of things that probably won't be true. But yeah, we'll see how it goes. Right, so this hand has a tropical island and a bunch of black cards. So I'm pretty sure I'm just going to throw that back. If it was an underground sea, I could see a case to be made for keeping it, because then any land or dark ritual is just a kill, because I have the double LEDs. But like this, I'm just going to throw this back. I don't think that is keepable. This is a lot better, I think. It has a couple of cantrips and a black source as well as the good old combination of Gitaxian Probe and Cabal Therapy. So I'm going to keep this. Cabal Therapy on top. I'm just going to keep that because I have a reasonably slow hand, so that I do just want to rip their hand apart as much as I can. So I get Thoughtseize here for Scrubland, which probably means I'm not playing against a blue deck, which is generally a good thing. So Thoughtseize, what are they going to take with the Thoughtseize? They take the Gitaxian Probe, which I don't really understand. I mean, they're probably trying to hide something, but against a deck like this, there's really only one thing that you are afraid of, and that is, the card that I name with this Cabal Therapy, Hymn to Turok. And I do actually hit, which is great. Unfortunately, they have a wasteland, so they can get rid of my underground sea. But apart from that, they don't really have much going on. So we might still be in good shape here, I think. Alright, so I'm passing the turn here. And my opponent does indeed wasteland me. Luckily, I have another land. So all is not lost. And I draw the best possible card in Sensei's Divining Top. That card is just absolutely amazing in this deck. It just opens up so many avenues of just getting around your opponent's like your opponent's counter magic. You can hide something on top, and then they force your last card, and they think they're safe, and then all of a sudden you have 14 goblins in play, and or they do something. You have to sacrifice your LED, discard your hand, they force your spell, and then you just Flusterstorm back because you have a Flusterstorm on top. It's great. So my opponent here plays a Deathrite Shaman, which is quite an annoying card. But I'm not too scared, I guess. Right, so I decide to upkeep top here because I want lands. I do hit a land, a Brainstorm, and a Cabal Ritual, which are all good. But I really want to land. And knowing that my opponent plays Wasteland, I just get a basic Swamp and feel pretty safe. So here I'm going to Cabal Therapy away their Jite. I know it's the only card they have in hand, and it doesn't really do much, but I'm thinking that they're just going to play anything else they draw. So I'm never going to get anything better than this Jite. And they can still next turn just play the Jite, keep up Deathrite, and then the turn after equip the Jite, and well, okay. Let's be honest, they're probably not going to equip the Jite on the Deathrite and attack, because this Deathrite is really important to just keep untapped. But the thing is that, you know, if they do put it on a creature and get to attack me, it's going to be very annoying. They gain a lot of life, and they have a very, very fast clock. So, you know, that and the fact that I'm never going to get anything else with it, I'm just going to go ahead and take this GT here. Alright, so I need to actually click down here. It's great. I play my LED because they play Thoughtseize, and in the match itself, I debate this a bit, and I'm like, oh god, I should probably play this LED, I should really play this LED, and I have so much discard. And then, long behold, later on, right here, I draw an LED and I don't play it. Yeah, so that can happen too. Alright, so I choose to just draw here. I fetched last turn, so I didn't know what was on top. But at this point, I already had 2 lands in play, so I feel like I just want to get 1 card deeper, really. So a whole bunch of nothing, a Gitaxian Probe. Yeah, this isn't a great spot. My opponent has quite a good clock, and I know that my next 3 cards are garbage. So I get attacked here for 3. And then I play an end of turn brainstorm, which is something that I am not a fan of, and neither should you, and no one really. But the thing is here, if I don't do this, I know I'm just going to draw bad cards, and I have virtually no chance of winning. So I just need to really find something, a tutor or a couple of rituals or something like that. So I draw the 3 cards, get 1 card deeper. Here, upkeep by top, because once again, if there's 1 good card on top, if there's a ponder on top, for example, or a fetch land, you know, that is actually great. Yeah, so here I do a little bit of a mistake. I put the cards back the wrong way, and I thought I had a brainstorm on top. Unfortunately, I don't. So this is pretty annoying. But yeah, now at least I have double top activation plus a fetch land, which is pretty good. But I basically need to win on my next turn because my opponent does have a 2-turn clock here. And this is again a situation where I look at this LED in hand and I'm like, oh my god, I'm such an idiot, why didn't I play my LED? But, you know, that you just can't worry about these things. You know, life is too short. Okay, so I go down to 5, virtually 3 with this Deathrite, and virtually 2 with the Bloodstained Mire. So I really can't do anything. Alright, the Stoneforge here doesn't do anything, because I'm dead next turn either way. Right, up. I just skipped. That's a bit unfortunate. Let's see if I can go back. Oh, that's a bit unfortunate. Oh well. Oh well, it's going to be a little bit of a mystery then. So, but essentially what I do, I activate my top. I don't find anything good. I fetch, and I top, and I find an LED. And I think my next actions speak for themselves, and you can already guess what I have on top of my library. So I sacrifice my LED, having no cards in hand now, and then I top. So what could it be? It is an Inferno Tutor. So I did top into Inferno Tutor plus LED, which was pretty good. So that is a lot of mana. And yeah, I have a shot of winning here. So let's see what I do. So I cast this Inferno Tutor, sacrificing my my LEDs. So the thing is, I already have red mana of the Volcanic, so the second LED I can sack for blue, because I do have this Brainstorm and this Gitaxian Probe in the graveyard. So because my opponent has Deathrite in play, I really need to... So this is a very interesting point in the game, because the fact that they have this Deathrite in play means that if I just get past In Flames, they eat my Inferno Tutor, and I am basically done. I need to find another Inferno Tutor of this Brainstorm and this Gitaxian Probe. So what I do, and the other option is I have a lot of mana. So could I just tutor up all of my tutors, and then with the last tutor get tendrils? Well, let's see if the mana checks out. So I have a total of seven mana in the pool plus 3. That is 10 mana. Okay, I've already cast this, so I don't need to count that. So then I need to count my 3 other Inferno Tutors, which is 6 mana, which leaves me with exactly 4 mana floating, which is just enough to cast the tendrils. Okay, so that seems pretty good. But how much Storm is that? So we have 3 Storm right now. Then we have 3 more from the next Inferno Tutors, so that puts me up to 6. And then the last card would be Tendrils, which is 7 total. So that is 14 damage, and that is not quite good enough to do the job here. So I need to do something different. So right, yeah, so let's have a look at my deck. I can't really do anything else, so those are really my only 2 options. Let's see if I can make this bigger. Yeah, well, the Inferno Tutors are here. So I need to do a Past in Flames chain. The problem with that is, well, I need to get another Inferno Tutor. So I get another Inferno Tutor, I play this Inferno Tutor to play around a Deathrite. Oops. Play around a Deathrite, and then I get the Past in Flames. So I cast Past in Flames here, leaving a couple of blue mana open. So here it's very interesting, what do you exile? If you exile Inferno Tutor, I mean, what does the second Inferno Tutor give me? I could get an LED or a or Cabal Ritual, so those would both net me 3 mana. But that is not actually good enough, because that just means I'm on 5 mana, and then the second Inferno Tutor takes me down to 3, which is not good enough to cast the Tendril. So I think you should really take the Brainstorm here, or at least the Gitaxian Probe. Gitaxian Probe is not that great because I already have, because I'm going to be on 2. So I think you just leave the Probe. It also obviously just gives you 1 draw. But my opponent chooses to, after long debate, chooses to take the second Inferno Tutor. So this Brainstorm, yeah, so I think of casting the Gitaxian Probe, but right, so I cast the Brainstorm and basically hit the perfect cards, which is great. The reasoning, so a lot of people are going to say, well, you should really cast Gitaxian Probe first, because it only costs you, sorry, it gets you 1 card deeper. The thing is, if I do that, and then I need two large rituals to win the game, because or just a single ritual of this of the first draw, but it's very unlikely that 1 card is going to be the exact card. So I want to see at least 3 cards, and with this, any LED is life, and any Cabal Ritual is live. But I basically get the best of both worlds. I get to put back Brainstorm and then Dark Ritual. I cast my Dark Ritual. I cast my second probe. Sorry, I cast my probe into the second Dark Ritual, and that allows me with my Inferno Tutor to have just enough mana to get the tendrils and kill them. Yeah, at this point my opponent in the chat says, "Oh my god, that was insane." And yes, it was lucky, but there's always a bit of luck with this. So, all right. So that was game one. All right, welcome back to the second game. Yeah, so let's see what we get here. So this is a pretty strong opening hand, I think. I mean, it's basically just one LED off, just winning on turn one. So I'm definitely going to keep this. You know, it has a pawn there, it finds some action, and you know, that is that. Yeah, so I'm going to keep. Right, so this Leyline of the Void definitely makes my hand a lot worse because this Past in Flames is now just a blank card. And it's actually really annoying because I need to at some point cast it or draw Brainstorm and shuffle it back in, otherwise I can't cast my Inferno Tutor. So yeah, okay, my opponent plays a Catacomb into Bayou, and they don't play a Thoughtseize or anything like that, which is great. Okay, so let's see what we draw. Oh, what is this? Excellent. Alright, yeah, so we draw the LED, which means we're going to win on turn one, which is great. But let's see how much damage we can really do. Right, so here I'm just going to get a Swamp and a Lotus Petal into a Ponder. And the reason I do that is because, well, it gives me more Storm, and this Dark Ritual plus the LED, that is 6 mana. So I don't actually need the mana of the two Lotus Petals. So I am just going to cast this Ponder here, and I find another 1 mana spell in Sensei's Divining Top, and it also gives me something to rebuild just in case my goblins all die a horrible death. So that I cast the Sensei's Divining Top here, as I say. Alright, and then from there on it is pretty academic, I think. You just go Dark Ritual into Inferno Tutor, you hold control, very important, and you sacrifice the LED in response for red, and get Empty the Warrens. And then just make a bunch of goblins on turn one. And, I mean, the only card they can really have here is Zealous Persecution, which, you know, would be reasonable in a deck like this, and they would probably bring it in. So let's see if I dodge that or not. Like, they tap black white, but it's only a Stoneforge Mystic, which is great news for me. And they get a Batterskull, but the Batterskull doesn't really do anything. Right, so here on upkeep I top because I really want to hit a mana source and possibly a duress or something like that. And this just gives me the best chance of hitting that. So in that case, I would draw one and then tap my top into the other. I don't, so I just decide to draw land here and get in with my goblins. Right. So attacking for 16, my opponent takes 15, and they go down to 4. So again, Zealous Persecution or bust. And they say bust, so that was a pretty nice game because, you know, obviously I got very lucky to just draw the perfect card, but hey, that's how it goes. Alright, and I will see you in round 2.